Welcome to Art Inspired Yoga at the Barry Art Museum. My name is Leah of Rise and Shine. This flow, we highlight Hall of Ideas with Fountain of Inspiration. Howard Ben Trey created the Fountain of Inspiration, while David Small created Hall of Ideas. Real-time computer animations are projected and integrated into the design of this literary wellspring. Virtual letters stream from the center of the Fountain of Inspiration sculpture and form words that merge into swirling quotes on the surface of the water. These quotes continue to move with the radiating motion of the water, spill as words onto the courtyard's floor, and travel up the walls to resemble as quotations by celebrated public figures. If you're interested in more programming such as this, feel free to become a member of the Barry Art Museum. We'd love to have you. Welcome to the yoga portion of Art Inspired Yoga. As you can see, we have the Fountain of Inspiration with the Hall of Ideas on the wall behind it. Go ahead and have a seat on your mat. Engage your core, sit up nice and tall, and lower down with control. Let your soles of your feet come to touch, knees open wide, one hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. We start here in Supine Badakanasana. Take a few breaths in and exhale. Today's flow is inspired by the flow-like motion of the water and the words swirling on the wall behind. So be gentle with this flow. Go to the point of comfort and stretch in your body, but never pain. Bringing your knees together now, hug at your shins or your hamstrings. Your knees are to your chest. Rock gently side to side, giving yourself a lower back massage. As you rock side to side here, see how your back feels as you push it down. Now gently inhale and release both knees to the left side while you look over your right shoulder. Do your best to keep your right shoulder onto the ground. We're here in a supine twist, creating a nice rinsing, almost wringing out motion for our internal organs. Inhale, knees come back to center, and exhale, both knees gently fall to the right side. Look over your left shoulder to increase the twist from the base of your spine to the top of your neck, or look up to the ceiling, whatever feels best for you. Inhale, knees come back to center. Hug at your hamstrings now, and gently rock up and down the length of your spine, building momentum till eventually you come back to seated. So in seated, we're going to throw our legs behind us and come into a tabletop. With tabletop, making sure our alignment is correct. Drop your belly, inhale to cow. Exhale, arch your back to cat. Inhale, cow again, keeping nice and broad in through the collarbones. Exhale, tuck your chin to your chest, cat. Inhale, cow. Exhale, cat, warming up our spine further. Come back to neutral now, tabletop. Inhale, left arm plants, right arm threads the needle through. Lower your right ear and shoulder to the ground as if the ground is telling you a secret. If you like, you can put a block underneath your ear here to bring the floor up to you. Whatever is most comfortable as we warm up. You can give yourself a pat with your right hand and gently come back to tabletop. Bring your big toes to touch, send your hips back for a child pose, feeling a nice lengthening in your upper back and shoulders. Drag your hands back towards your shoulders and extend them out long. Feeling that lengthening again as you are actively still reaching through your fingertips. Slide your hands under your shoulders again, push back up to tabletop. Left hand comes under, right hand comes under. Now left hand goes up and threads the needle. Left ear, left shoulder are on the ground now. Since we're warming up, being very intentional with building our heat and being gentle with our body, we don't need to go so hard so fast. Enjoying the process of our body moving. Left arm comes up, left shoulder off the ground. Send your hips back, child pose once more. This time, wrap your hands behind and grab your heels of your feet. As you're here, feel almost like you're tucked in like a cocoon. Really in close, pushing your chest onto the tops of your thighs more. Exhale, release, come back to tabletop. Just for a beat. Sit up tall in hero's pose. Hands come to your heart center, or you can just touch your heart and one hand on your belly. Take a deep breath in and exhale. Creating space releasing what no longer serves us, imagining all of these things flowing through our body and flowing out. Inhale here and exhale. Getting reset, focused. We've created space within. Let's get moving now. Go ahead back to tabletop. Tuck your toes underneath. Lift your knees off the ground about an inch or two. Getting set, and exhale, up downward facing dog. Our first down dog of class, we're going to pedal out our feet, being very gentle with our hamstrings here. Take your time, bend your knees deeply, send your heels back. Plain bending your knees, sending your heels back again, getting in position for our first down dog. Coming to stillness here. Let your head hang heavy, look between your ankles. Inhale here. Bend your knees, walk your feet towards your hands at the top of the mat. Meet in forward fold with a deep bend. Grab opposite elbow, ragdoll side to side like a pendulum. Always letting your head hang heavy, really enjoying that release. The more you bend your knees, the more of a release you feel in your lower back. Give yourself that grace and that comfort. Now let go of your elbows and let your fingers dangle side to side, painting rainbows. Imagine that swirling sensation from the fountain. Eventually, the movement comes a little smaller, back to center. Bend your knees and roll up, one vertebra at a time, rebuilding and stacking your spine slowly until eventually your head comes back up. Relax your shoulder blades into their socket, standing up nice and tall in mountain pose. Inhale, arms overhead, extended mountain pose. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift, nice flat back. Exhale, plant your palms. Step your left foot back, keep your right foot in front. Gently rock up and down on your foot, just sort of warming up our back hip flexor here. Left foot is behind, right foot is in front. From this runner's lunge, lower your left knee down, untuck your left toes, rise up, low crescent lunge. Relax your shoulder blades down into the socket. Spiral your pinkies inward towards each other. Let your hands come by your hips now, or your quads. Or you can bind your hands behind, look up to the sky, lift your chest up for a slight back bend. Nice. Release your bind now. Plant your palms once again. Tuck your left toes under. Now plant your right hand, left hand, right arm goes up to the ceiling, just like we did in warm-up. Slight twist. Exhale, plant both palms again. Bend your left knee and hop it forward to meet your right. Meet in forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, swoop your arms overhead, extended mountain pose, feeling the stretch yet groundedness at the same time. Bring your hands to heart center. Deep breath in, arms overhead, extended mountain pose. Exhale, dive down, forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms. Step your right foot back this time. Right foot back, left foot in front. Rock gently back and forth in this runner's lunge, warming up your right hip flexor. In this lunge, do your best to keep your chest and shoulders back and still open. Now drop your right knee gently, untuck your right toes, arms come up, low crescent lunge. Feel free to keep your hands on your hips now. Relax your shoulder blades down, thinking nice and tall. Hands can be at your quads, or again, bind your hands behind you as you look up and lift your chest, shining up towards the sky. Feel that slight back bend in your body, that nice lengthening and opening. Exhale, hands come back and plant your palms. Tuck your right toes under, lift your right knee up. Right hand plants, left arm twist to the sky. With this twist, imagine your left shoulder is being pulled back so your chest can open more towards the side of the wall. Strong base through your feet and your right hand. Exhale, lower your left palm to the ground. Bend your right knee. Small hops to meet in forward fold. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, forward fold. Inhale, swoop your arms up, extended mountain pose. Hands meet at heart center. Nice job. Dive down again, forward fold. Bend your knees. Step your left foot, then your right foot back. We're here in high plank. Shift your hips up, down dog. Doing this wave sensation alternating between high plank and down dog. Adjust yourself as need be. Maybe your hands need to come out further. Maybe your feet go back more. One more wave. And stay here in this high plank. Engage your core. Shift your hips back, down dog. Inhale, right leg comes up, three-legged dog. Don't worry so much about height this first time around. Exhale, right knee to nose. Now lift your right heel up even higher in three-legged dog. Exhale, right knee to nose. One more time as high as you can. Now building that height and that length. Right knee comes to your nose and up. Right knee to nose, step your right foot through. We're here in runner's lunge. Lower your left knee down, untuck your left toes. Now turn your left foot behind you. So now your chest is facing the side wall. We're here in gate pose. Gently push your back of your right hand on your right knee, opening up. Come back now to center. Bend your left knee, hop forward, meet in pyramid pose. Head still hangs heavy. Feeling a nice stretch along your hamstrings. Feel free to keep a bend in your knee if that feels better for you. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, fold down again. Bend your left knee deeply. Step your left foot to meet your right and forward fold. Grab opposite elbows, ragdoll here. For some relief, keep a nice bend in your knees. Inhale, halfway lift. Exhale, plant your palms. Step both feet back to high plank. Hips come up, downward facing dog. Inhale, left foot comes up now. Exhale, left knee to nose. Shoot your left heel up again to the sky. Left knee to nose. One more time, as high as you can. Left knee to nose. There we go, as high as we can. All right, left foot comes through now. Runner's lunge. Lower your right knee to the mat. Turn your right foot behind you. Open up to this side now, using your left hand to gently push against your leg, opening it up more. Chest is still lifted. Feel the nice opening in your inner thigh, but also your shoulders and chest since your chest is up tall. Cartwheel your right arm down, then your left. Spin your right foot back. Bend your right knee. Hop it forward to pyramid pose. As best as you can, bring your forehead down as much as you can closest to your left shin. Do your best to keep your legs straight, always knowing that bent knee is there if you like. Inhale, halfway lift with a strong core. Exhale, forward fold. Bend your right knee deeply and hop it forward to meet your left, meet in forward fold. Grab opposite elbows now, ragdoll here. Your feet are about 2 fist lengths away or about 6 inches apart, hips distance. Have a deep bend now in your knees and gently rise up, chair pose. Arms and torsos lift up, shoulder blades are relaxed down into their sockets, biceps by your ears. Hands come to your center, stand up nice and tall. Good job, everyone. Sink back down into that chair pose and now twist over to your right. Your arms can be open here, or you can keep your hands together at your heart center. Your choice. Come back sitting up tall or standing up tall. Inhale, exhale, squat down. Turn over now to your left, twisting from your core. Same options to have an open arm approach or keep your hands at your heart center. Come back to center now, arms overhead. Keep your chest lifted, look up as your hands come down. And gently draw a line with your nose, bringing your chin back to your chest. Good. Inhale, arms come overhead, extended mountain pose. Exhale, dive through, forward fold. Bend your knees deeply. Step back, high plank. Shift your hips up, downward dog. Right leg comes up, three-legged dog. Stacking your hips this time. Bend your right knee. Right foot is bent or is pointed. Now slowly do a rotation now, drawing a circle with your knee. Feel how that feels in your hip. Re-square and lower your right leg down. Left leg comes up, three-legged dog. Open your hips, stack your hips. Bend your left knee. Slowly and carefully draw a circle with your knee, one in each direction, just seeing how that feels for you. Re-square your hips, lower your left leg down. Lift your heels, bend your knees, and slowly bring your knees back to the mat, sending your hips back to child's pose again. Collect your breath. You've been flowing so well throughout this class. Now slide your palms closer to your ears, push up again. Here we are in tabletop. Tuck your toes under, lift your knees up, send your hips back, downward dog. Inhale, right leg comes up, three-legged dog, right knee to nose. Now get set for pigeon. Your right knee is towards your right wrist. You walk your left foot back. Your shin doesn't have to be perfectly parallel, but you want your hip points to be square to the mat and square to the front. If this feels good, lower down to your forearms or maybe place a block underneath your forearms and rest here. You can even put a block on the outside of your right hip for more support. If this feels good, see if you can go even lower to sleeping pigeon. Our hips are considered a place where we hold a lot of energy and emotion, and when we think about water, the hips are associated as well with water. So this pigeon is a very big hip opener. Relax into this, let your breath carry you through. If it's uncomfortable, you can always rise up to your forearms or use your breath to help you in this posture. Nice. Our first pigeon, gently taking your time, come back up to your palms, tuck your toes under and walk your knee in closer. Let your knees stay bent and over each other. So we're sitting up tall, right knee is still crossed over our left foot. Inhale, left arm comes straight up. Hook your left elbow over your right knee, twist to the side. Again, keeping in tune with this flow and water. Twists are really good for rinsing out our internal organs and any excess energy we have. Enjoy this twist. Do your best to keep your chest nice and open and tall. Come back to center and uncross your legs. Big toes come to touch. Reset with a nice child's pose. Deep breath in and out. Slide your hands to your ears, come up to tabletop again, tuck your toes, hips come up, down dog. Inhale, left leg comes up, three-legged dog. Exhale, left knee to nose, send your left knee towards your left wrist, getting prepared for pigeon on this side. Your right foot creeps back, your right leg is directly behind you. Again, your left shin does not have to be perfectly parallel with the front of your mat. As long as your hip points are nice and squared and even, gently come down to the point of growth, never pain. One side is going to feel different than the other for most people, so one side might be more open or a little more tight. Make the necessary accommodations that are best for you in this moment. And just do your best to surrender to this big hip opener. Focusing on your breath. Imagining your energy flowing throughout your body. And with this hip opener, there's more of an opening for your energy to go through and to be released. Good job. Almost there. Allowing this to flow through you. Great work, you did it. Rise up gently to your palms. Creep your right foot in closer to you. Now gently sit back, sitting up nice and tall. Right leg is still crossed over your left knee. Right arm comes up to the sky. Hook your right elbow over your left knee. And twist to the side here. Creating that tension so that as you push into your knee, you're twisting deeper. Your body can help itself open up and go further into a posture. Chest is lifted still, nice and open. Both hip points are grounded to the ground. And untwist, uncross your legs. Come back to child's pose. This time, grab your heels behind you. Going back to that feeling of being almost like a tiny seed, really compressing yourself, compressing your space, being nice and tight, regrouping. Good. Release your hands from your heels. Rise up to hero's pose. Check in with yourself here. One hand on your heart, one hand on your belly. You can lift up and now tuck your toes underneath for a foot stretch. It's a very subtle movement, but it can bring about really big sensations as we stretch out our foot arch. As we're here in this uncomfortable position, focus on your breath, inhaling, and with deep exhales, open your mouth, release, drop your jaw. Good. Now untuck your toes, plant your palms again. Good job, everyone. All right, now from here, lower into your forearms. Interlock your fingertips here. Rise up. We're here in Dolphin Pose. Walk your feet out as far as you need to have comfort. This is a very big upper back and shoulder stretch. So go in your own pace. You can inch your feet closer towards your face. The more you do so, the more of a stretch in your shoulders and upper back you'll feel. Again, you can always come in and out of a posture. You never have to just hold it. So if this is uncomfortable for you, walk your feet back and then slowly come back into it. Head hangs heavy this whole time, looking at your feet. Nice. Walk your feet back. Let's meet in a forearm plank. So strong, everyone. And gently lower one knee down. Open up again to the side. We have a supported side plank here. Left arm is our base, right arm to the sky. Gently come up, switch feet here, and plant your right hand down, left hand comes over. It's like a supported side plank or supported extended angle, feeling that stretch along our side body and our obliques. Gently come up again, knees come together, and sit back down into hero's pose. Hands come to heart center, regroup, lift up, tuck your toes under again, revisit this now that your body's more accustomed to this pose. Notice how it feels this second time around. Maybe the exhale's not as deep because you've accustomed yourself to this. Lift up, untuck your toes, swing your feet in front of you now. Everyone keep your knees bent for this first time around. Inhale, arms overhead. Exhale, hinge forward, reach forward from your hips, keeping as flat a back as you can. Doesn't matter if you touch your toes this time around or not. Reach, 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 and then eventually round your spine here in staff pose. Let your head hang heavy. Feel that nice lengthening in the backs of your legs and your back. Release, come back up. Plant your palms, send your hips forward, giving yourself space to lay back down, just as we began class. Hug your right knee into your chest as your left leg goes extended out in front of you. Inhale here. And exhale. Switch legs now. Left knee comes into your chest, right leg is extended out nice and long. Feeling both a lengthening and a stretching in both hip flexors. Release your left knee. Grab your right knee now. Gently tugging it in closer towards your chest. Take a peace sign now with your left hand. Grab your big toe. Straighten your right leg as much as you can. Feeling that stretch in your hamstring. Using your left hand now while grabbing your big toe. Gently cross your leg over, having a supine twist, this time with a elongated leg overhead. Look over your right shoulder here, feeling that nice twist along your back and your body. Always feel free to take a bend in the knee if that feels better for you. Nice. Same thing, other side now. With your peace fingers, grab your left big toe and let your left leg fall over to your right side. Look over your left shoulder. Feel free to keep your left leg straight or keep it bent, whatever feels best for you. Keep breathing through this twist and gently come back to center. Nice. Walk your feet out as wide as your mat. Knock your knees into each other. This is a nice restorative posture here. Should feel good on your hips. Hands rest at your belly. Inhale, both knees come to center. Send both soles of your feet up to the sky. Point and flex your feet. Doing a little inversion and bend your knees again. Feet stay close to your glutes. Now push up through the heels. We have a bridge here. Feel free to bind your fingertips underneath. Walk your shoulders underneath. Let your gaze be at your belly button. Push through your heels strongly. Send your hips up. This is another inversion. Nice. And with control, lower your hips to the ground. Inhale, arms overhead. Bring your knees to your chest. Let your forehead come to your knees, shoulders off the ground. Squeeze, squeeze, squeeze every muscle in your body, even your face muscles. And release to Shavasana. In this final resting posture, allow yourself to just relax, enjoy this pose. Think of all the fluidity and gentility and flow that you created for yourself in this class. Totally inspired by the art. Take an inhale and an exhale. Clear space. This is where I'll leave you today. Feel free to stay in the Shavasana as long as your day allows. Until we meet again, take care. Hope to see you around the museum real soon. Namaste.